The bomb rework received a lot of hate because this is something that nobody really asked for. Everyone has been asking for the control rework fruit update, but we have not received it. They stated that it is coming and they are working on it. The bomb fruit being reworked for an update was something nobody expected for them to even hype up. This is our last few updates, and the week 5 update is probably the worst update of the 6 weeks of updates that everyone has been saying is the worst one. Now, I actually officially now know the date for the control rework fruit and when it's going to be dropping. Of course, I can't reveal it in this video, but if this video reaches 600 likes, I will go ahead and reveal the date for another video, as well as maybe show some previews to what the control rework fruit could look like, because it's actually very OP. Okay, but what is sad is that this might be the last update for Blox Fruit. Obviously, they have been updating weekly, but after this last update that we will be getting, which is the week 6 update, there won't be any more Blox Fruits update for quite some time, at least until December. After these 6 weeks, it is all over. Well, not entirely, because Blox Fruits actually has one more update right after the 6 weeks are over for these updates. Gamer Robot actually did say that they are working on the control rework fruit. That is something that has been their focus for several months, probably this entire year, which is as long as they have worked on the dragon fruit rework. So that is literally over 1 year, which is the reason they reworked the bomb fruit. This is something that nobody asked for, nobody wanted, nobody actually cared about, which is why this update has received a lot of backlash and hate from players, because they reworked a fruit that quite literally nobody uses and probably nobody will ever use. But the reason they're reworking some of these fruits is so that they can rework smaller fruits so that we get content and they get more time to rework the control fruit. Now, people are definitely going to be saying in the comments that they should have already finished the control rework fruit, but think about it. When the dragon fruit came out, it was quite literally perfect. It was overpowered, it had 2 variations. Honestly, the dragon fruit was amazing, and guess what? While it got revamped a second time during the time that it was being revamped. And when Uzat and we talked about the control rework fruit, did say that there's a lot of things that they are trying to figure out with the control fruit, because they want to make sure that this fruit is the best, most OP, most expensive thing they've ever released in Blox Fruit, and the most complex thing ever.
Complaining that control is going to be so out of the park, it's just taking so much math and so much, like, we have so many unique ideas for this control fruit, because it's not like a beast fruit. It's not a beast fruit where a dragon can do so many things, like breathe fire or swirl its body around. Control, you have way more opportunities, way more creative process. Like you could cut someone up into a million pieces, or like make a giant room and just do so many different things. Teleport here, do like some interdimensional attack that you never could think of. So we have so much more freedom of what control could look like, and we're hoping that at the end of when control's ready, it's gonna be so bizarre and like so much more fun to use.
So look, if it isn't obvious, the control rework fruit is going to be the most insane fruit in the entire game. Now, when is it going to come out? This is a big question that has been going around everywhere. When is it going to come out? The best bet is December. December is when it is supposed to come out, but if it doesn't come out in December because of some delays or they need more time to perfect it, then either way we're going to get another fruit that is going to be as good or even better than the dragon fruit. The control fruit is something that is huge, and it has to be worked upon for a long time for it to be perfect. The dragon fruit is kind of the same deal, since they took a year to work on the dragon fruit for it to even release. But the control rework fruit is something completely different. This is a fruit that's very special and requires a lot of work to make sure it is perfect, since this is something they are looking to make very unique in the game. And this won't be your average fruit that they release, and this definitely won't be just another typical fruit. This will be something better than the dragon fruit. Rather than having 2 versions, this might have even 4 versions. And well, that's why they reworked the bomb fruit. Something that nobody cares about, but they're trying to rework every other fruit in the game so they can finally focus on the big things. The bomb fruit is not the only fruit that's going to get reworked. There's a couple other small fruits they're probably going to rework in the next few updates before the massive fruit, the control rework fruit. A couple other fruits could get reworked, such as the venom fruit. This is something that definitely deserves a rework, and once all the fruits in the game have been completely reworked, that is when a new era of Blox Fruits will begin. This is when the control rework fruit will come out. This is when more more fruits will come out that will be as good as the dragon fruit or better. There is definitely going to be a fruit that is going to replace the dragon fruit. At the moment, the dragon fruit's still pretty OP, but they've nerfed it quite a bit. Dragon fruit in PvP is quite literally horrible now, but the damage that the dragon fruit does is insane. The dragon fruit still needs a competitor. For 5,000 Robux, you get 2 variations of dragon. And now, coming in is going to be the control rework fruit. Likely, this will be a lot more expensive than the dragon fruit for sure. And there's going to be even more fruits that are going to be more expensive than the control rework fruit. And one day, we could see a fruit that is worth 10,000 Robux. If that happens, that would be insane. And obviously, everyone would be against this. 5,000 Robux alone was a lot for people. But obviously, making a fruit 10,000 Robux is going to take quite a while, because first comes the control rework fruit. And if this doesn't come out in December, then there's definitely going to be an outrage. I wouldn't say that everyone should be mad at Blox Fruits for reworking the bomb fruit. This is something they had to do. They're trying to make sure all the fruits are perfect before they start working on the bigger fruits, one of them being in the control rework fruit. But here's one thing that nobody likes about these past few updates. These past few updates, everyone has been saying, is not about Blox Fruits. A lot of these updates have been about fishing. And believe it or not, people are saying that fishing has been getting pretty repetitive and quite frankly very boring when a game like Fish already exists. And for our previous update, we got a fishing tournament. This is something that is kind of odd because the game is about obviously One Piece, and adding fishing was unnecessary is what people are saying. Now let's look back. The Red King event, the Rip event, let's be honest, have both equally been amazing and have been quite a lot of fun. I personally think that these events have actually brought the community together. These 2 events alone have done so much for the game and have brought so much hype into the game, and has also brought something new. The game, let's be honest, has been repetitive for quite a while and was getting very repetitive for quite some time. The dragon fruit brought some hype, but obviously that died down after they stopped updating for quite some time. And honestly, these fishing updates alone have brought a lot of OG players back into the game, a lot of new players into the game, and these updates alone have just brought everyone back into the game. Obviously, these updates are not Blox Fruit updates, but it's something new. And MyGamer43 has said it himself. They are testing out a lot of these updates. Most of these updates they are doing are basically test updates. The Rip Indra and the Red events have both been test updates to see what people like and how they can bring more of these events in, because these events are probably going to come back in the future. The Rip and Red event are not gone. They are going to come back eventually in the future, and probably maybe even in November. They might make a return with new prizes, potentially a mini revamp to the fishes that you get in there. So these updates have been not just for the fact that they want to bring something new, but to test out what they should bring back and what they shouldn't. These events obviously were temporarily available, but soon we're going to be able to play them again. But for now, it looks like this is going to be the last update for Blox Fruits. Week 6 is going to be our last update, and after this, we won't get any more updates for a long time. And the last update is the control rework fruit, or at least it's supposed to be, and if they don't release it, it is truly going to be over.